on YouTube for Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving if you're watching this video, motherfucker.
Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving.
It's happy, ever, but it's fucking up right now. That shit.
Happy
so should we skip Macky's intro? Get right into the shits.
No, are you crazy?
Hurry up, fool! Come on, you slacking.
Hold on one second.
Oh no, folks, lower the volume.
What the fuck is going on? Welcome to a special episode of Thanksgiving in the Paradise podcast.
Yes, sir.
It's your boy Macky OMO. I'm here special. This is a special Thanksgiving episode.
Yes,
I'm here with my boys, my loved ones. We got the Razor Sharp Assassin with the Clipper and Johnny B. We also got the Hokage in Crispin. And we got Badman Shawny, Badman Pull Up. Badman Shawny, Badman Pull Up.
Badman look lost.
Badman look lost. And we got Fuecox. You're not
Fuecox in the building
anymore, Shawny, by the way. But we also got Fuecox in the building.
That's my boy.
And we are the Paradise.
Coquito. That was a missed opportunity.
I did put him Coquito actually.
Oh, okay. I'm glad I didn't name him Coquito then.
And we are the Paradise Podcast. Welcome to the Thanksgiving special. Even though I don't celebrate Thanksgiving because it is a
Oh my God! Shut up!
I hate this man, bro. I hate this man, bro.
How am I I can't be a colonizer. That made no sense. If I'm a colonizer,
he said you have become the thing you hate.
If I'm a colonizer, that makes you British. You see how dumb that sounds?
Speaking of colonizing, let's go talk about Pokemon. How
What?
about that? I mean, you are making Pokemon fight against their will.
True.
I was gonna go a different route. I was gonna say the Paldea region in Scarlet and Violet is inspired by Spain.
Oh, there you
go. Which is the conquistadors.
Yeah. Which is, los
conquistadores,
right?
Stop
it. Conquered the whole fucking world, and we're still proud of it.
Stop it.
So anyway,
if you haven't heard the news, as these fucking guys are talking about, if you haven't heard the news, there has been some issues with the new. Well, first of all, the newest
game came out.
installment of Scarlet and Violet of Pokemon, which is Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, had dropped last weekend, which is Gen 9. And as you can see, John is holding up. For those who can't see, John is holding up the double pack for the Switch. I just wanted to quickly ask: did everyone in here get this game?
Yes, sir.
Did not.
I obviously.
Shawny, do you have a Switch?
Shawny.
I have a Switch.
Shawny, what the fuck, bro?
Shawny's Switch is busy collecting
currently. Yes, my boy is currently in school. Finishes December, so I told him I'd wait with him so we can get the double pack. We always get the double pack, so I'm waiting with him.
So you can't play with us because you're waiting for your mans.
Yeah, I respect it. I respect it.
You're a dickhead. All right, cool.
Oh, no.
I can speak from the non-player perspective, and I'm not blinded by the greatness of the game.
You just called the game great.
I only played 2 seconds of the game, so I don't know yet. But anyway, so if you guys do not know or not in the know, after it's been like a week since the game has come out, there has
not even 3 days.
No, it's been like 4 days.
When this episode will come out,
when the episode
will come out. See, this is how you build a narrative, and y'all motherfuckers is fucking it up.
Well, my bad.
Shut up and continue.
So it's been a week since the game. It's been a week since the game has come out. I hate these motherfuckers so much. It's been a week since the game has come out, and there has been
How long has it been?
It's been a week since the game has come out, and there's been glitches in the game. So I'm gonna pass this to someone who probably would have more knowledge about this. Which is, I would either say either John or Shawny, whoever wants to kind of take the mic first.
I'll speak strictly from the non-player perspective, and John can speak from the player perspective.
Go for it.
So from what I've seen, they've been saying that there's a lot of performance issues with the game and whatnot. A lot of slowdown and drops in frame rates and whatnot. I've watched a few videos and they've actually shown the frame rates and how it kind of just been kind of glitchy and whatnot. So I can only speak from the non-player perspective if that it's kind of upsetting because it's like, it's supposed to be the first open world Pokemon game, and you would think that they would put a little bit more love and care into that aspect. But then again, Arceus came out not that long ago and they already dropped another game. So I feel like Game Freak just kind of is, they need to get something out just for the sake of getting it out and not putting that love and care into it. And that is like an inner conflict with me trying to figure out like, okay, what's the balance between having to keep a certain Pokemon game or just letting certain Pokemon games actually flesh out and, just let them breathe rather than just constantly putting one out after another and whatnot, and not putting in that tender loving care that we all know the games deserve. So that's just from my perspective, but I'm sure John can speak to since he's actually played the game.
Word.
Let me say something real quick, John,
Go
because
for it.
he mentioned Legends and Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think we cannot compare Scarlet and Violet to Legends because of the content inside of Scarlet and Violet. There's way more content to do in the game and way more NPCs doing something in the game than in Scarlet than in Legends Arceus.
In Legends. Yeah, in Legends, you're just kind of out there with the wild Pokemon.
And there's not even that many Pokemons, even though I felt that there was a lot of Pokemons in Legends, right? Because people were saying, oh, this looks empty. It didn't look empty to me. But Scarlet and Violet, like in the little piece that I've played, I saw like 20 different Pokemon. And I was like, whoa, they put a lot into that only. That's why I think that they're having that problem. It's a lot of stuff in this game, and I don't think they've ever done a game like that. Like they have never done a game like that, packed so much stuff in one game. That's what I think the problem is coming from.
And that's more to what I'm saying, though. Legends could have waited if that was the case, and they could have focused strictly on Scarlet and Violet, or pushed Scarlet Violet out a little bit more to actually fine tune that, being that there is so much content.
Legends came out this year, right?
Yes,
January,
it came out at the beginning of this year. So Game Freak is special, right? So Game Freak is special because Game Freak has kind of been, for the most part, a team that doesn't change too often. They keep a lot of their veteran people in that studio. They keep everybody's kind of grown with Game Freak over the years, and Pokemon as a whole is owned by 3 companies. Pokemon is owned by Game Freak. It's owned by Creatures Incorporated and the Pokemon and Nintendo. And Nintendo owns 5%. Nintendo owns 5%. Game Freak and Creatures Inc. So there's very little input that Nintendo really has. It's kind of that's Nintendo's way of solidifying Pokemon as a Nintendo franchise and providing the platform for Pokemon to exist on. So we don't really blame Nintendo too much for Pokemon specifically, because this is like a Pokemon company issue, right? Because they handle everything in-house. They're their own thing. The Pokemon company is its own entity. So, a lot of people want to blame the Switch right now and say the reason why Scarlet and Violet's playing so bad is because we need a new Switch already. And the Switch doesn't run shit. So that's the reason why the game is
Let him finish what he's saying.
I know.
I'm just saying.
No. And Shawny and Crispin both know exactly the real answer to this.
Yep. Go ahead.
And the rebuttal is that if you look at games like Breath of the Wild, like Xenoblade Chronicles 3,
Odyssey,
like Mario Odyssey, there are plenty of games that run really well on the Switch if the development team has enough time to work on a game. They can make a game look and run well, or experience. And what I was getting to earlier was that Game Freak being a team that doesn't change very much. These are developers that have grown with the franchise and have been some of the people making the transition from 2D to 3D. And Pokemon's transition from 2D to 3D was not very smooth. We got kind of the in-between in the DS era, where there were 2D sprites that were made to look pretty 3D. But we didn't get full 3D until we got into the 3DS era. In the 3DS era, we got X and Y, which was okay, but wasn't that well
Wasn't that big of a
received by the
change
fan
though?
base. Yeah,
I
they
loved X and Y.
introduced Mega Evolution,
Yes.
right? During Gen 6, we got Megas. And then the games that probably performed a little bit better for most people were Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire because they were remakes to Gen 3. But it played exactly the way Gen 6 did. It was kind of like in that
They already knew what they
engine
were
style.
doing.
It had Mega Evolutions in there. And then we went to Alola. They went a little left field. Nobody really liked it that much. Now, then they did Sword and Shield. Everybody said, wow, the wild area is a good concept. The whole game should be like this. The rest of the game sucks ass. And then they made the DLC for Sword and Shield very open worldy. So we kind of got the experience there where we got to see it. And
Then they did Legends.
Before we got Legends, for the very first time, Game Freak outsourced
BDSP.
game development for BDSP.
Trash.
And they got another studio to do the remake for Diamond and Pearl. But they didn't really give this studio enough time to do the remake for Diamond and Pearl because the Pokemon Company wanted that release to be out by a particular time. Legends Arceus came out and was definitely a better project that seemed to have all of Game Freak's attention, and the mechanics worked and it wasn't buggy or anything like that. It just was lacking content, like Crispin was talking about earlier. And now we have Scarlet and Violet. Scarlet and Violet have to be, just from the first like 2.5 hours that I've played, probably the best 3D Pokemon game they've ever done.
Facts.
It runs like hot garbage.
Like una mierda.
It runs like hot garbage. I can't tell you in the first 3 hours how many times I've just noticed NPCs just like kind of walking like that, like just like here and then there and then there, and yeah, and things popping in and out, textures popping in and out, things taking forever to load, throwing my Pokemon at a unsuspecting wild Pokemon, and it takes like 5 whole seconds for the battle to initiate. Just things like that is kind of what's holding this experience back. But just from a technical standpoint and from a gameplay standpoint, this shit is damn near perfect. From a gameplay standpoint, if they can get this game to run, if they can update it, if they can patch it, if everybody can enjoy this the way it's supposed to be enjoyed,
it's click.
This might be really good. This is really fun. I have never seen it like what Crispin mentioned earlier, an open route, like an opening route to any Pokemon game, have that many accessible Pokemon. I have
Good
legitimately caught practically about 20 different Pokemon. Like that wasn't an exaggerated number. 20 different Pokemon along the route. In most Pokemon games, you start the beginning and have
like
access to like three Pokemon. Like if you're starting Gold and Silver, you got fucking Hoot Hoots, you got fucking Rattata.
Facts.
Like, and if you get to the forest, you got fucking Caterpies.
After that, Nidorina and Nidoran?
No, not in Gold and Silver.
Oh yeah.
You ain't getting them motherfuckers. But you're not finding a lot. And in this, they packed a lot. I was already having issues trying to figure out who I was gonna keep in my party to level up and who I was gonna put in the PC to work on later.
Box now.
And I play every beginning of any Pokemon game a little grindy. I like to over level myself in the beginning before I do anything challenging, just so that way if you kind of get that out of the way, you just breeze through the rest of it. So I always grind for like 2 or 3 hours in the beginning of a game, and I'm like 20 levels over leveled, and I just plow through the rest of the game like that. It only works for a little while because at some point you're going to be changing Pokemon around. But now with this like permanent experience share on all the time, it's probably going to be much easier to raise a decent team. But this is very interesting. Very interesting. The cutscenes are great. This game should have dialogue. There should be voice acting.
Yes.
In this game.
Yes.
There 100% should be voice acting in this, at least for the important cutscenes. There are actual cutscenes now in this thing. Like there were cutscenes kind of in Legends Arceus, but things where like the character models were just kind of set up to walk in, talk, walk out. There's like actual like cutscene in the beginning of this game
Mhm.
that could have definitely been voice acted, and then anything else with the text boxes could have just been dialogue.
Let me just intersect here. I'm gonna give Game Freak a little bit of a pass just because of this. Right? When they did Sword and Shield, they did the open area, right?
The wild area.
The wild area, and that was a test. That's test number 1 of whatever open game we were gonna do or we are thinking about doing. Test number 2 is when they dropped the DLC, and then according to people that search all these dates and stuff, that when they start making games, more or less, they started making Legends when they dropped that DLC, right?
Mhm.
So they already
That
have
would make sense.
they already have the more or less open world layout. It's like, yo, we're gonna do this for the next side games. So to see what people think about this, when they started Legends, like when they're like halfway, they started doing Scarlet and Violet, right? So that's why the mechanics are different. Because they were probably like, they probably not gonna like the fact that you throw Pokeballs and just catch type shit. But we're gonna test it out anyway. So we're gonna put this in Legends and we're gonna make it regular on this one. And I think people liked that mechanic more than what you have now in Scarlet and Violet, like the catching mechanic.
Mhm.
I think people like the Legends one way more than the one we have now. That we have to get into the battle, we have to do that, all that shit. That's
It makes
just,
it a little bit more traditional.
yeah.
I'm
and
not sure which one I'm probably a bigger fan of, but I kind of like this one.
I think if we could do both, would be cool.
You want the ability to
Yeah,
choose.
if I could just
basically.
go, and if there's this lower level, I could just catch it. Fuck it. But then, to me, I think that you should have Pokemon still attack you, like in Legends, like aggressive, big Pokemon that have like a family around them, like you have in this game. Like this, the evolved Pokemon would be in. This is another thing. Like back in Legends, Pokemon would just be like, oh, 3 of the same Pokemon just around. Now it's like 6, 7, 8 of the same Pokemon, and then the evolved one is like in the middle, like
Yeah.
taking care of these niggas. Like it's like a family. You're like, oh shit. If I pull up over here,
they definitely made it feel like the world is
it's
lived
alive.
in, right?
Yeah.
Like there's Pokemon that live here. There's plenty of NPCs kind of
Walking around and
everywhere.
shit.
If you want to initiate trainer battles, you have to walk up to the trainer and talk to them, initiate the battle yourself. There's no forced trainer encounters
battles, yeah.
because you can roam anywhere you want. So you get the freedom to initiate the battles, which you should always do. But there's so much to do in the beginning of this game. Like there's so much area you can explore, items to collect, Pokemon to train.
And you don't even
and
have
catch,
your right Pokemon yet.
and you're just going and going and going, and it definitely opens up in a nice way. And then like the main city that you're exposed to in the beginning is definitely, this large open area with a lot of shops. I didn't like the fact that they didn't have a long dread option for hair. They had short dread option for hair. It was just like baby dreads with an undercut.
Yes.
So just just for default, I went with baby dreads. But I was just like, I've ascended beyond those limits.
I got white braids.
Like, I am a Super Saiyan that has exceeded a Super Saiyan. I have ascended beyond.
I got white cornrows with red eyes. I'm a fucking Uchiha, bro. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay. You went like the crazy anime route. I made my character look like me, and he got like sleepy eyes.
Yeah, we understand what that means.
and he got sleepy eyes.
We get what that means. But yeah, like I know the glitches are there, 100%.
I don't like the fact that you can't change out of the school uniform.
That sucks.
Why do I have the fucking hat on?
You can take that off. You can take that one off.
Oh, I can?
The hat you can take off.
The hat you can take off. The uniform shit is
But you
ass.
can't change the uniform.
It's
you can do different variations of the school uniform.
Yeah,
There's
but
a uniform for every season,
that's ass.
but you cannot change the school uniform.
I'm with you on that one. That is
I
trash.com.
wish
So
they didn't
next
have it.
Pokemon game, they need
They
to take it
also
away.
didn't have like a low cut, like a
They didn't have
low
a Caesar.
cut. Yeah, they ain't had that.
They
Like
didn't have
They
that.
had
They
a
did
a
not
Caesar.
have
fade
that.
or nothing.
I was
like
looking for
that.
that too.
So I had to get like the fade with the high. I'm like, bro, that's not even me.
It's okay. Obviously, you know, I
Not
don't got
even
baby
me.
dreads no more, so my character
Yeah.
don't really look like me.
I'm really enjoying the game. I only played an hour, and I enjoyed that hour. Like I was so excited about this game, and
I
the
haven't get
glitches
to
are
play it that
there.
much.
The glitches are there for sure.
Yeah, there's
Oh.
one glitch that I experienced where you know how the Pokemon battle you're supposed to like the camera's supposed to sit behind your guy,
Mhm.
right? My camera was like I was looking at him.
Oh,
But
you can move that.
you can move it. You can move the
Oh, you
camera.
can?
Yeah.
Oh shit,
Hit
I
the
didn't know
camera
that.
stick and you'll see you can actually I was bugging when I saw that. I love that feature.
Oh, I thought that was a glitch. That's tough.
I love being able to manipulate the camera during battle.
I haven't played the
I
game
like the
enough.
fact. I like the fact in Legends that I can move.
Yes,
in the
you
battle.
can walk. You can definitely
In
walk
Legends, you can
around in
actually
Legends.
walk around the battle. That I
Yes.
fuck with, but
But
I'm not
I
gonna go
like
crazy
being
about
able
that.
to move the camera in this one. It's definitely
camera
a
is
really
fun.
nice touch. I love how the map works.
The map
The
is
map
dope.
is crazy because what happens is you get your screen, your pop up, and then it'll have your marker where you're trying to go. And when you turn the camera stick while you're in that mode, it'll position what you're looking at in front of you, like while you're in that mode. So like if you're like, oh, okay, I need to know what general direction I'm going in to get to that marker, you can literally just turn the camera towards the marker in that mode. It'll turn the whole thing. It's hard to explain without you like visually looking at it,
Yeah.
but that detail is just nice, and I appreciated that.
It's a good game.
Yeah,
They just need to
there's
clean
a
up
lot.
the glitches.
My problem with Game Freak is that they really wanted to hit the holiday season because that's a big seller for Pokemon, right? Like my first Pokemon game was the Christmas year that Pokemon Gold and Silver came out. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I got a Game Boy Color with Pokemon Silver, so like I get it, right?
I don't
you want
fuck
to
with
gift
that. I don't fuck with
Pokemon
that. This is the reason
for
why
Christmas.
Legends is selling crazy, and it came out in January. So you can't tell me that you couldn't drop it in January or in February, and it would have
but
made the same number.
They consider that a side game. That's not a main series game.
The difference is
No, I feel it. I feel it.
This is a Pokemon game.
It makes sense, but realistically, it should.
Yeah, this is a Pokemon game where this is something that they're doing for the first time, where they're having actual, open world battles where it's they've kind of marketed it as such, like a Breath of the Wild type game. So the holiday season Q4 is where they're going to get majority of their sales. Not saying that I'm sure that they're projecting that this game is going to sell way more than Legends is selling.
For sure. They already announced that this is on record the most pre-ordered Pokemon game to date.
Yep.
Right, so that means that there was more hype around Scarlet and Violet than those games like Legends Arceus, even though Legends Arceus was received really well. If you go back to the reviews, there were some people that were like, yeah, I wish there was more to do, but a lot of people were like, this game is really fun. It's a good game. Play it. It's just one of those things where you scratch that one off your list. It's definitely a great playthrough. It's like the only Pokemon game where you could fill a Pokedex by yourself.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? You can't.
I saw somebody on TikTok playing the Scarlet and Violet, and they damn near already beat the game.
There are a lot of people that have already finished.
Easy.
I'm like, mother,
they beat the game in a day, bro. They just sit there. Whoop. I'm like, bro, I can't beat that game in a day, bro. Because I just get like I'm a type of dude that is like I see a Pokemon that I like, I'm gonna catch it. I see another one that I like, I'm gonna catch it. Then I'm gonna see an item, I'm gonna go pick it up, and then I'm just gonna go this way. When I was going to a freaking gym, and I forgot about the gym right now. The gym is gone. Like I'm not even thinking about that shit no more. I'm just thinking about let me just get everything that I can get over here.
That ass, and then you're just like, wait, what the fuck was that over there by the water? I ain't seen that shit yet.
Yeah, then you see a new Pokemon that you never seen, and you're like,
Bro,
wait,
they put
this guy.
so many options in the beginning of this game. I already have a ground type, a fairy type, a bug type, a fire type, a fucking I don't know if I said electric, but electric type.
A fighting type.
I have a hella shit already, and I'm just
You
like,
got
all
everything.
right. And then I'm trying to like pick Paldean Pokemon to keep in my party so I
That's
can
what I have.
familiarize with some of the new Pokemon, so I get to see if they're any good or anything like that. And it's just so much. There's so many Pokemon in the beginning of this game to catch, and I made it to the academy. I made it to the school. So I finally am
I
at the
haven't made it
school.
there. I'm about to make it there tonight.
So I'm gonna figure out where we're going from there.
All I know, if you starting your journey, this is the guy.
I also started
This is
with
the guy right
Fuecoco. I don't know if Shimada's playing Violet right now while I'm here recording, but she told me that she was thinking about picking Sprigatito.
That's what I'm gonna go with.
So
That's a bad one.
Only because the third tier looks the best out of them.
I disagree. I like what
I like Fuecoco.
What Fuecoco.
Well, Fuecoco looks good. I'm not a fan of
Quaxley. Yeah, that nigga trash.
Quaxley.
Fuecoco,
I think if you get a girl Quaxley,
dope.
That would be really cool. But female ratio for starter Pokemon is low. Sucks. Majority of the time, you'll get a male starter Pokemon, but then
misogyny.
It's just how the rate is for the starters. They just
don't take me serious. What the?
And
fuck?
they do it like that because
I don't.
I think you're able to breed the female Pokemon like in earlier generations, so it was like always a thing where they made it harder to get the female, so it was harder for you to breed the starters. It was to make them more difficult to obtain. So that's the reason why.
What's it called? What's it called? The Pokemon that charges into every Pokemon. What's his name?
Ditto.
Get a Ditto. You good?
Yes, you have to get a Ditto. That is the new updated way of breeding your Pokemon. But back in the day, you could do it as long as two Pokemon were in the same egg group. The egg you would get would be whichever was the female. So you could have two different Pokemon together at the daycare, and they would make an egg, but it would only be the female. You would never get the male. So that's why most of the starters were always male. So I'm assuming that in Scarlet and Violet, they've carried on with tradition, and that the ratio for getting a female starter is pretty low. If you do,
we all got the same starter, bro. God damn, we suck.
But Shawny, we're not all going to build the same team. We're not all going to build the same teams. Nobody's going to do Quaxley.
Nobody. We all got Fuecoco. Me, you, and Mac.
Mac, you going to pick the fire starter also?
You already picked it.
I already did.
Oh, you did. Oh, yeah, you did. You said you just started it.
I asked people, who should I get? And everyone was just like, get Fuecoco. He sounds Dominican. So I said, okay.
Coquito. You know what I'm saying?
Say no more.
Sir.
Yeah, that's Fuecoco is cool. Sprigatito is definitely another good choice. I like the typings. The final evolution typings are interesting. I don't want to spoil them for anybody, but they're definitely interesting. So this is something where people are enjoying the game, but just not enjoying the performance. I've heard things about the reason why some of the issues as you get deeper in the game are going on is because in the data, there's a memory leak. Like somebody was talking about something, there being a memory leak somewhere. And until they patch that, a way that you can relieve yourself of some of the glitches is to save your game, exit your game, and then restart it. And it should refresh the memory leak. So that way, like if you're like me and you leave your game in like sleep mode all the time and then you go back to it, it's going to have a hard time reloading all of that stuff because of the leak, because of the memory leak. So it's going to give you glitches. But if you're starting the game fresh, it loads it better. So you might help if you're playing your game and it's getting all batshit fucking crazy on you. Save your game, turn it off, go back in.
All right.
And that should hopefully help anybody out there dealing with some of the early issues that we're getting with the launch versions of Scarlet and Violet. So they may very well update Scarlet and Violet. They may patch this before the end of the year. They may not. I mean, if Game
They
Freak
may
wants
be
to
like,
be,
fuck it.
if Game Freak
It
wants
is
to
what
be
it is.
extra fucking stingy about it, they might be like, "That's the game y'all getting." Like I don't know.
Fuck y'all niggas.
I don't know if they're gonna do that. They're not gonna make a statement about it because that's a PR nightmare. So they're more than likely just gonna fix it and not say a fucking thing to anybody about it.
Put out a secret patch.
So just when you go to click it, it'd be like an update.
Which is
For
fine.
your game.
I'm not mad at it.
Would you like the update now? I'd be like,
I mean, your
I
iPhone
wanna update that
your
shit.
iPhone does that when it comes out.
It'd be like, hey, by the
Your
way,
iPhone is like, hey, you gotta
we got
update
some
your
new
phone.
shit coming your
if
way.
you don't update your phone, that shit about to get glitchy as fuck. So update. All right, cool. Update. And then that's it. That's how any electronic shit works, to be honest.
Yep. So overall, I like it. I think it's interesting. I like the Latin vibe in this one. It's definitely interesting.
It's a good game.
But yeah, it just needs Game Freak.
Glitches.
Please,
Update the
please, just put out good stuff. That's all we as consumers and Western consumers are asking for is just a good product. Even if we have to wait, we will still buy it.
That's a fact.
We will definitely still buy it. We
buy
just
your
want
dumb
it
shit.
to be good.
We buy your dumb shit. Make one good. Make us happy. And
It don't have to be Christmas time. It doesn't have to be some arbitrary sales period that you think is ideal. Just put it out when the team is finished with it, when it is ready. Have a reasonable schedule and understand that if the game sucks, people are not going to want to play it. If everybody is saying, wow, I just paid $60 for this game and it sucks.
And Pikachu is flying, but he's really not flying.
Pikachu blipped through the fucking floor. My Pikachu is gone. Where did he go?
All the side ducks are inside a rock. What is going on? Like, bro.
Did you see some of those fucking glitches?
I seen the videos.
With the multiplayer
crazy.
where they just become big.
Oh, when the nigga just sliding, like he's just sliding. Like
you saw when the Fuecoco fell into the lake.
Oh yeah.
It was like no.
The people like,
it's done.
Like, they made him.
I seen the one where that little like snake looking Pokemon kept going underneath the guy, and it looked like it was his beef. You ain't see that one?
Oh, the Wiglet.
Yeah.
They were like,
when
did
you
you see
when
the
you
one?
caught the Pokemon and that shit, like the one you said, Mac, when they caught the Pokeball is in your feet, you catching the Pokemon.
Yeah, bro. It's
I saw
bad.
a clip where somebody was having a picnic with their Miraidon in view, right? And then while they're there, and there's a text box going, like you're like reading dialogue, and out of nowhere, just Ursaring, just like blipped in and then blipped out of the fucking shot. Just giant bear. It was just. Bro, you have to look for that one.
The bear comes in like, I'm out.
It was a split fucking second, just Ursaring in frame, and then it disappeared. And I was like, "Yo, what is going on with
That's
this
beautiful
game?
to me. That is beautiful.
It needed a little bit more time. You know what? It sucks because pushing the game back means that we probably would have got the game in like fucking March. You know what I'm saying? Like March or April, this game would have been on 100. This game would have been 100% ready to go, and it would have been very enjoyable. But the thing is Game Freak doesn't want to put out a game in March.
Yep.
They want to put the fucking game out in November because fucking Westerners buy things for Christmas. So we gotta fucking, you know what I'm saying? And
capitalism is a bitch, man.
And I get it, and I fucking get it because I'm business minded and I understand, you know, what's good for business. But at the same time, if you're putting out a bad product, that's bad for business.
They literally promoting that shit for this side of the world, bro. On God, like dropping it that day. No, because Japanese.
The world celebrates holidays around this time period. It's not just
but what I'm saying, the Japanese are still gonna buy the game.
Yes, because Pokemon is the largest franchise. It is the largest selling IP on the planet. It generates
You're not
billions
gonna not
of
sell,
dollars.
nigga. Yo, you are not going to not sell, bro. Niggas is fighting for your playing cards, bro.
I saw a lot of Pokemon playing cards
Yeah.
at
Yeah,
NYC too.
I also read a headline today about an NFL linebacker who retired after selling a Pokemon card recently. He
retired.
sold the Pokemon card. That I asked this question in the barbershop, and everybody was just like, "Hell no!" But my question was, is $600,000 enough to retire from the NFL?
Hell no.
No.
That supposedly this guy, I think his name is like Blake something from the Raiders. He's a linebacker from the Raiders. I read it today. He sold some Pokemon card. It was a trainer card, and he sold it for like $675,000 and retired.
I'm gonna explain to you why I think he retired. He has more cards that are more expensive than that one.
He was just like, oh.
He's like, oh, people are really paying on this shit? I just thought this was just the price of it. Say less. I'm out of here. I'm not getting hit no more.
He's not, I'm done. I got a whole fight. I got a whole
no more. I need to sell one
binder.
card a year, and I'm good. Think about that.
Did you find that information, Mac? You look like you were still searching it. Blake something from the Raiders.
John,
I think IGN posted.
Think about you having a whole bunch of cards,
today.
right? And you have. Let me see. Cards that are in the hundreds of thousands of dollars.
No. It's not 65,000, bro.
I didn't say 65. I said 675,000.
Oh yeah, no, that's a good amount of money. I don't know to retire, but that's
a chunky. That's a chunky one for a card.
A lot of money
for a card, a trading card.
It depends on your style of living.
It depends on your lifestyle, right? But is $600,000 enough to retire from the NFL?
It depends.
Not to retire.
How much was he getting paid?
I don't know what his contract was like. I didn't
see what
know
I'm saying. Now we have to see because if he's a backup linebacker, like boy, you're not getting nothing.
Let's see here. He's been in the league since 2016.
He was waiting to retire.
Yeah, it's after selling his 9.5 gem mint Pokemon Illustrator card for $672,000, Las Vegas Raiders linebacker Blake Martinez has retired from the NFL.
Well, what was his salary?
I do not know. Blake Martinez of the Las Vegas Raiders, you enjoy your Pokemon fueled retirement.
Facts.
Hopefully he is.
He was playing
Violet just like us.
He was playing. He's played. Yeah,
he won the Super Bowl with them niggas.
No,
the Raiders haven't won. My bad.
He's been playing for. He played for Green Bay and for New York, and then for the Raiders. But he played like he plays. He played.
Then he has money. Then
77 games. He played 73. He started 73 of them. So he's been playing.
So he's definitely had a decent salary then with the NFL. Listen, either he's realized that he can retire,
make money somewhere else,
sell collectibles, or get into something else, and not, I mean, once you have a certain amount of money and you're not blowing it like crazy, you could live pretty nice.
Yeah, he could be a Twitch streamer with his Pokemon cards too. If he got to use the following from that.
There's rappers out here making. Oh yeah,
he was making. He had a 3-year, $30 million deal for them Giants.
Oh no, he got his money. He good.
He was making money.
He good.
So
if he didn't spend the money, he good. $3 million,
more than $500,000 for a Pokemon card. It's not bad.
That was just probably like probably because they had lost on Sunday, so he was just like, bro, I could be selling. He probably has more Pokemon cards to sell.
What I'm saying.
He might have more.
It's a possibility, but
he's like,
I'm
getting hit in the head, like. But bro, I'm out of here.
But this is the climate that we're in when it comes to Pokemon, right? Like people love Pokemon. This is just such a global phenomenon because of when Pokemon came out. We're at a point where we have older Pokemon fans like us that are still purchasing the games and playing them currently, and we have new Pokemon fans, younger generations that are getting into, the anime or the new stuff they're doing on Netflix or any of the games that we're getting to play. And Game Freak should take better care of the mainline series games. They should take a longer break, a longer period of time to put out the next gen. We don't need next gen once a year. We don't need Pokemon to become the next FIFA. We don't need Pokemon, like, it doesn't need to be a yearly release.
No,
just let it bleed, drop
Pokemon is
DLC.
not a yearly release though.
Yeah.
Listen, for the past for the Switch generation,
not the main.
we have gotten 1 to 2 Pokemon releases from Game Freak.
Oh, I know what you're saying. That Game Freak itself does not need to drop Pokemon games. Even though this is a secondary game, just don't drop Pokemon games. Make somebody else drop the Pokemon games that you don't want to make, and then you make the main niggas.
The main shit.
Focus
and
on that.
Space it out. Spend more time when you have third-party studios putting Pokemon shit out there.
You have your B team go oversee them, and then you focus on.
Yeah, but
I see what you're saying.
They're doing too much. And
I see what you're saying.
That's my opinion. Scarlet and Violet, you got a fuck ton of potential. Let's see what you look like in January.
Last thing before you go, I just want to give a big round of applause to Ash Ketchum.
Yes, sir.
Ash Ketchum finally is the #1 Pokemon trainer in the world. Yep. And it only took him 25 years to do it.
He's still 10. It took him 1 year. Stop lying.
So they said that they did the real math and he would be like 36.
Yeah, he old as fuck.
If he were to like age properly. So yes, again, big congratulations to Ash Ketchum.
Watch that anime on Netflix.
The Legends,
it's actually really good.
Legends.
No, it's called
Journeys.
Yeah. And then Master Journeys, and then I think like Ultimate Journey or something like that. It's like 3 parts. But they're good. They're really good.
I'm gonna leave this question for y'all.
It was care put into
Answer to me in the comments, people. Do you think Ash is gonna be in the next anime series?
Yes.
I don't think so.
For sure.
I don't think so. I don't think he's gonna be the main character. All right, cool. That's my opinion.
You guys think they're finally gonna pass the torch to another?
Gotta let him go. Gotta let him go.
We'll see.
Gotta let him go. He already won. He the champ. There's nothing else. Is he gonna catch him on for real?
He's gonna be the super duper champion.
Is he gonna do the Pokédex for real? For real? He's gonna go back home, catch everybody.
We're gonna see Ash put on this stupid little friggin' school uniform. He's gonna wear the orange shorts.
He better not.
He's gonna wear the orange shorts and he's gonna put on the white hat and he's gonna be like, "We're gonna go learn in the Paldea region."
Bro, you a world champion.
Let's go, Pikachu.
You see, this is the reason why I think he is not going to be. Because they're gonna change the format of the game. So when you change the format of the game, you have to change the format of the anime.
Not necessarily.
I guess.
You underestimate how lazy Game Freak actually is.
No, I don't underestimate how lazy they are.
Oh, well,
I understand.
The Pokemon company. Not Game
I understand. But they're doing it right now with the game. Like, it's literally making niggas go to school type shit. Ash never went to school. He was 10. He didn't go to school.
He went to school in Alola. He went to the trainer school in Alola.
That's bullshit.
And he won the Alolan Pokemon League. He was the first champion of Alola.
Bitch ass nigga. All right, let's get out of here.
Yeah, because Shawny looking bored. So let's get up out of here.
I apologize,
fuck Pokemon.
I mean, y'all was going. What do you want me to say?
He's waiting. Shawny's waiting. We're gonna revisit Shawny's opinion after he actually gets the game and actually plays the game, and then actually
by the time Shawny plays, it's gonna be patched.
Yeah, right. By the time he enjoys it,
for.
he's like, "Yeah, you guys could play this crappy version." But that's it. Look, we really appreciate you guys checking in with us on this lovely Thanksgiving weekend that everybody is enjoying. We are happy to be here with y'all, giving you some Pokemon content to hold you over for the weekend. We're going to be back again next week with more content and more podcast episode coming your way. So make sure that you follow us on all of our social media platforms, the podcast and us individually. Make sure that you like this video, share it with friends and family that are interested in topics like this one, Pokemon related, video games, anime, the whole nine. If you are listening to us on Anchor, you can donate to us on Anchor. There is a unique feature on that platform that allows you guys to donate directly to us, and that will increase the quality of the podcast for you, the listener. And let us know down in the comments below. Are you picking up Scarlet and Violet? Have you played it? What are your thoughts about it? Do you agree with our thoughts on Game Freak and this particular launch? Let us know. Let's talk about it, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Later.
That was a quick